keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey, show out the Solana. Welcome to the show out the Solana.
I mean, I'm legit excited for some football tonight. I'm not even lying. I'm excited, and again, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to watch one series, and then I'm going to be right over to Beachfront Bargain Hunt. But the notion that it's back and that we're in the actual, countdown to an actual meaningful week one of the NFL season, this is a fun time of year. But then, I mean, it's really only a couple months till the whole thing is over again. Now I'm depressed.
That's a hell of a way to look at it.
In fact, life is going to end for all of us soon anyway. Go to commercial. No, I'm excited for tonight.
We do it every year, and then you watch one series, and you're like, yeah, this isn't football.
I will watch. I was going to say I'll watch as long as Carson Beck is playing, but what if he plays the entire first half? I don't think I could live by my words if that's the case.
Yeah. About 3 and outs in a row, I'm out of there.
Yeah. I mean, and what else are you going to see tonight? I mean, how many practices have they had? They start 1 week earlier than, say, the Dolphins do?
Yes. They've been going for what, 2.5 weeks?
I think the Dolphins have joint practices next week, right?
Yes, with the Washington Commanders.
That's when it starts to get a little more fun because remember what happened last year? Who you were there, I think, Crowder.
In Detroit.
The Lions.
Was it Detroit? Yeah, where the Dolphins just looked like a Pop Warner team versus an NFL contender.
They wore their ass out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's what I like, though. I like when joint practices start. Like, this is happening. Like, we're doing it. I'm feeling good about this.
Yeah. No, football's back. That's great. But Washington's going to be pretty good.
Are you thinking they've got weapons. They've got, weren't we talking yesterday? Like, what's Jaden Daniels going to be? That's one of the big question marks heading into the season. Gino Torretta, by the way, is going to join us this hour. He joins us every Thursday. I was going to ask him some of the big storylines heading into the college football season. Is it Arch Manning still?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody saw enough last season. Like, remember, the beginning of the season was brutal, and then they kind of got it together. But did anyone see enough from Arch Manning to go, yeah, I got to get that guy?
We talked about it yesterday. I watched him when he played Florida. He's talented, but Florida whooped him. Like, they weren't winning games at Texas, but he looked good.
They still had a shot to make it into the college football playoff. Really, what screwed them was their week 1 loss to Ohio State, which I think they lost by like 14-7, or it was something like that. It was like a 1-score game. It was a low-scoring game. And I just think, Hawk, like, the expectations were so high on Arch Manning, and he looked a lot better towards the end of the season, but he never, like, oohed and awed anybody.
But did he look like a generational quarterback?
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
No,
Yeah,
I would say
so.
like I've seen like Tim Tebow style stuff of like this is amazing. Even from that, like I could see the talent he has, but he wasn't just taking over football in college.
Anyway, we've got some football tonight. My son sent me I sent it to you guys, a tweet from a podcast. Just curious what you think of this. From Legion Hoops, the Twitter account. The podcast is Club 520. Norris Cole says getting $50 million and 2 rings is better than getting $400 million and no rings.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But listen to his explanation. Listen to his explanation. I'm taking $50 million and my rings. You got to remember, for me and what I value, $50 million, I can get anything I want. How many Rolls Royces, how many mansions can you get? And you know in the Midwest, $1 million crib and $1 million crib in Miami or LA is 2 different lifestyles. So he's right there. $50 million, you want to live in Wisconsin, Iowa, that's like having $400 million in the bank in Miami. But as a professional athlete, I mean, you're playing for rings. He's got 2. Many have none.
What do they taste like? Baby's got to eat, Hawk.
You're saying the rings might not taste like stone crab?
No, man, that is what's that? So 50 to 400, that's 8 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
8 times more money is worth having 2 rings. That sounds crazy to me. And I've talked about it. I was a prize fighter. I played. The reason I tried so hard and worked so hard was to get an NFL check. So some guys are like, I'm going to be a Super Bowl winner. I said, man, if these people mess around and give me a couple $1 million, man, that's why I woke up in the morning and rode my bike.
I mean, there's a price to put on the experience. I'm not even joking, of going to a finals run, right? Going through the postseason, experiencing the the NBA finals or Super Bowl week, like experiencing all that hubbub. I don't know if the value is $350 million, which is what he said, or I guess he would be suggesting half that because he did it twice. So was that $175 million? Yeah. Like, it's got a value, though, to experience something that many people will never experience.
What experience? Going to media day?
Yeah, all that stuff, all the hoopla.
How many people know Norris Cole was on that team?
A lot.
Well, that's a valid question.
No, Solana and his brother.
Right, but Norris Cole happened to play on arguably the most polarizing team in NBA history. Arguably, there's other teams you could throw up there, but the Big Three Heat. And remember, Norris Cole came in, and the following season, Ray Allen joined that team. They went on the 27-game win streak. Like, he was a part of the absolute pinnacle of NBA history.
It was Beatlemania. They called them the Heatles for a reason. It was Beatlemania from city to city.
So that's worth $175 million?
It was for Norris Cole. He's saying it was.
So you're saying it's for him? Like, personally, his experience is worth $200 million? That's goofy. That's goofy.
I'd rather have Norris Cole's career where I was a role player on one of the greatest teams in NBA history than be somebody, I don't know, we could look it up, but like Timofey Mozgov, who probably...
No. Dude, James Harden. Would you rather have Norris Cole's career with $50 million or James Harden, no rings, and I don't know, what has he made? $750 million?
Yeah, but
Harden got $500 million.
That's tough to do, though, Hawk, because James Harden's a first-ballot Hall of Famer. I think anybody would choose first-ballot Hall of Famer.
What Norris Cole is telling you is, I'm wealthier than the top of the top. I have come out of basketball with more wealth than I know what to do with. $50 million, I mean, we can sneeze at it. That is generational wealth. It is. $50 million. He's saying, I've got that, and I've got rings. And I can't, there's nothing... You know, he's not going to buy a private jet. Maybe James Harden could. But he's like, I got $50 million and I've got 2 rings.
The ring chasing is the argument between LeBron and Jordan. Nobody's saying, hey, when we bring the joke is, who's the shooter? Robert Horry. Doesn't he have 6 rings?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody puts him in the top level because, Horry in those rings. No, because he was an ancillary piece of every team he was a part of. What if Horry could have made another $100 million? You can have my ring. I will sell y'all my Outback Bowl ring right now for $20-$30 if you want it.
Nobody wants your raggedy ass Outback Bowl ring.
I understand what you're saying, competitiveness and all that stuff. To Solana, to your point, Solana, the Heatles are not Norris Cole. Nobody outside of Miami even knew Norris Cole was on that team. It's great for his kids.
He was getting shrapnel for sure.
His daughter was loved at Daddy. Oh, Daddy, what is that ring for? Oh, I played back there with LeBron and Bosh and Wade. It's personal excitement, but it's not worth $100 million. That's crazy.
What about this one? Danilo Gallinari. And truthfully, I don't know if he ended up winning a ring at like the back end of his career, but he was never a star on a title winner, right? Like, he wasn't the dude. I just looked it up, he made over $200 million. But let's just say Danilo Gallinari never won a ring, right? Mm-hmm. Would you rather have Danilo's career? You made over $200 million, but you never played playoff NBA Finals basketball. You never got to experience that. Or would you rather be Norris Cole, who, Crowder, I know what you're saying, like, nobody remembers Norris Cole, but Norris Cole was a role player on those two teams, and he was a big role player for those two teams coming off the bench and win 2 rings and only have made, whatever, $50-60 million.
He got rings and money. In other words, is there a point, Crowder, where what if I told you it was 2 rings, $50 million, or no rings, $60 million?
60.
Really?
What do the rings taste like for my great-grandchildren?
But what can you do with $60 million that you can't do with $50 million?
$10 more million worth of something. Y'all know my opinion on this. I want checks. Like, and this might be different. Like,
and so do I.
People chase rings, Hawk. I never was chasing championships. I was chasing financial stability.
I get it. It's just interesting. I think it's refreshing to hear Norris Cole say that, and I think it's an interesting argument.
It's a lie.
Well, is it a lie, though? When you've got $50 million in the bank, you think he's sitting there going, man, I wish I had another $50 million?
Yes, Hawk.
He's in his 30s with $50 million in the bank?
I don't know what you have invested, but what if it was doubled?
No. I'm not saying I wouldn't want more money, but do I sit here and go, man, I wish that I had more money and never had a radio show? Like, I don't know. There's a price to be said for happiness and success.
Yeah, and happiness is me having a $10 million yacht and fishing all day. But my career...
But you can have that with Norris Cole's money.
But my yacht could have been bigger. No one knows who Norris Cole is outside of Miami.
Different topic. Totally different topic.
He, like, just sitting on that ring. Let's say in 2008, the Ravens didn't whoop our ass, and we went on and won the Super Bowl in 2008. That's not changing my life.
But it's not about your life. It's about your experience. It's not who knows you and who remembers you. It's what you've experienced in your life.
Experience of playing 4 more football games?
Well, you're diminishing what it means to be on the path to a Super Bowl and what all that entails.
What does it mean? You're playing for another month of football. I know the game's on the line and you do a lot more media.
Admittedly, you may not be the best person to ask about this. But you have as much experience as I do in that.
Like what? But no.
No, we got to take we got to get headlines.
What is it?
I'll ask Gino. We'll ask Gino. Let's ask Gino in the next segment. Gino Toretta is going to join us in the next segment. Let's do a quick look at the headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
Now you know why the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. We're drafting Channing Crowders.
I mean, this is like a team leader, and all he's interested in selling mixtapes out of his locker.
You see where my focus is. See my ring? What's your name again?
I'll keep this short because I know we're up against it. The Marlins, offensively, the Bats, as they would say, have been a bit underwhelming going up against the division leader Atlanta Braves. Just 1 run yesterday. It came in the 5th. They lost 4-1, so they've lost this series. They'll play another one today in Atlanta, and then they come back tomorrow. They'll get the Angels here at Lone Depot Park.
All
right. Football tonight?
Yeah,
Football tonight?
Let's go.
The game tonight will be on NBC for those of you interested. And Hawk, I would just take a guess. Gino Toretta's biggest storyline going into the college football season, because I believe it is most people's, will be how Lane Kiffin fares after leaving Ole Miss and taking over LSU.
That is a good one. I think Bill Belichick, there's another storyline developing. We know his son is now on leave at North Carolina. Is Bill Belichick even going to make it through the season? One would have to wonder.
Yeah, they're going to be terrible.
I think so. Based on past performance, we only have 1 year to go on, but
I've read this book.
Your weather, it's in the upper 80s right now. There's a lot of cloudage and rainage as well. Rainage and cloudage.
Rainage and cloudage.
I was gonna say cloud coverage, and I combined them both
because we were tight for time. So you wanted to.
Good job.
Right. Yeah.
Why use lot words when few words suffice?
Rain, maybe rain, weather. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Beat the storm. Schedule your free roof and window estimate today. Call 954-968-8155.
Gino Torretta, the Heisman Trophy winner, is going to join us in the next segment. And speaking of him and the Canes and football season, which is upon us tonight, you got to plan a visit to Caneswear in Davie. A visit to Caneswear should be on your agenda. It is great to be a Miami Hurricane. I know Crowder doesn't necessarily love to hear it, but it is true. It is great to be a Miami Hurricane.
I came around last year.
Yeah, you came around when they were winning. Let them go on a 2-game losing streak, and he's going to talk about you guys and how great the SEC is.
Y'all when they got Mensa.
Well, let me tell you something. You ain't going to find any SEC merch at Caneswear. It's what makes the store so great. Got to get a trip to Caneswear in so that you can get ready for the season, and you can go to Caneswear, the store in Davie. You can shop online at caneswear.com. There is plenty of stuff in addition to Miami Hurricanes gear, though. They've got Dolphins, Panthers, Heat, Inter Miami, the Marlins. I said this earlier this week. This is such an exciting time in South Florida sports because of all the big names who are playing here. You've got Giannis, and you've got the Kachuk brothers, and you've got the Canes coming off the trip to the Natty last season. I mean, this is a time to celebrate sports in South Florida, and that's why Caneswear has got to be a stop for you soon. And again, you can shop in their store in Davie or online at caneswear.com. The store is on University Drive. It's right next to La Spada's. And you got to have some new gear in your rotation for all the upcoming seasons, not just hurricane season, but Panther season is almost upon us. Heat season is almost upon us. Inter Miami is playing. Marlins are playing well, not the last couple of games, but are playing well in general. So time to do a little shopping at Caneswear. And by the way, make sure you're following Caneswear on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You'll get up-to-the-minute info on merch and sales and all that good stuff. Caneswear, the spot South Florida sports fans shop.
You are listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ground beef.
W.
Gino Torretta is going to join us here. And Gino, he joins us on Thursdays, the old Heisman Trophy winner, talk a little football. Gino will be on the call for another season of college football on Touchdown Radio. His first game is September 5th, UCLA at Cal. Of course, the Canes open the day before on September 4th. Gino Torretta is brought to us each week by the Plumbers Local 519. Local 519 members are proud supporters of South Florida, the Miami Hurricanes, and the community. For more than a century, Local 519 has been protecting the health of our communities while helping build South Florida. If you're ready to build a career you can be proud of, join the next generation of skilled union professionals at UA Plumbers Local 519. So, Gino, earlier in the show, I was reading something from Twitter that Norris Cole, former Heat guard, had said, and I'll get to it, but I want to talk football first, but I just wrote myself a note to get to it, so I'll get to it before we
all right.
before we
I'm glad I
here.
made it through all the cloudage outside to make the make
Solana
the,
doesn't necessarily
appearance.
do the best weather reports if you
You know,
haven't
you know what I
noticed.
love is like, usually rather either look at the screen and like read, hey, it's 83 outside, partly cloudy, and that's it. He's like looking up in like the upper right corner, like when you're trying to think of some BS to tell your parents, like when they catch you doing something, like, what are you doing? He's just like, yeah, here's the weather. It looks to be about 88.
The thing is, he doesn't even have a view outside from where he is.
Yeah.
And secondly, he likes to ad-lib and vamp, but he's not good at it. He doesn't have
know.
the gift of gab.
Just say, dude, it's August 6th. We're in South Florida. It's hot as bleep. It's humid. It's going to rain at some point today. You know what? Hopefully you stay dry.
And Gino, he's engaged. I don't know how this marriage is going to go.
Because he just can't, you got to be able to think on your feet better.
Gino, leave the weather to me, okay? I think I'm doing all right with the weather. If I need to figure out how to sear some scallops, I'll call you, okay?
All right,
But I'm
all right.
good with the weather.
All right. But you know what? I know what I'm going to get you for a Christmas present. A dictionary where cloudage is not a word.
That's a great line, though. If I need to know how to sear some scallops, I'll call you. That is a great. I said he couldn't ad-lib. Well, that's one of the best ad-libs that anyone has ever come up with. That is great.
I get it, though, because, Gino's a little upset that I called him the big tortellini last week. And, I get it. I totally
I think it
understand.
works.
See, you're not. You know what? You're not Italian because a big tortellini is called a tortelloni.
We have two new nicknames on this show. Jimmy is Jimmy the Bedbug, and you're the big tortellini.
No, I'm not the big tortellini.
Well, I beg to differ.
You know who gets it, seriously? Like, you know who gets nicknames? People with names like Jimmy or Mark, because there's a lot more Jimmys and Marks in the world. How many Genos do you know? How many Channings do you know? How many we don't get nicknames. You say the person's
There's
first
like a
name. There's
familiarity.
odds on they know who you're talking about.
When I
Top-notch
know
names.
someone like Channing, I call him CC because it's like anyone can call him Channing.
See,
I
but I
like to
wouldn't
have a
call him
nickname.
CC because I know baseball, and I would think that's CC Sabathia.
Well, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Our Channing's heavier, by the way.
No,
I don't know
Jack.
about that one.
I'm a little thick in the midsection, but
I don't know.
CC
Well,
got me.
You may want to hit
unless
some
CC's
seared
got
scallops
on-
every now and then, CC.
CC's got on this shot. CC was like, he was moving to right tackle right after he retired from the mound.
All right, let me talk college football with you because
Okay.
we were talking. NFL starts tonight with the Hall of Fame game, but we were talking yesterday about what are some of the big storylines in the NFL heading into the season. Is Patrick Mahomes going to be back to his old self after he heals completely from the injury? Is Deshaun Watson, does he have an act 2 in him? There's some questions. For college football season, what are some of the big storylines? We were mentioning early in the show, Arch Manning. I'm guessing there's still a storyline there, right? Did we see enough at the end of last season to say, hey, Arch Manning's worth a number 1 pick, or he's a generational talent, or we need to see more?
Well, I think with Texas is, can Arch lead them to the playoffs and deep in the playoffs and have a shot of a national championship? I think obviously LSU and Lane Kiffin, the news at the end of the season, him leaving Ole Miss, going to LSU and all that. And, heck, Congress is trying to create a bill, and part of that is the Lane Kiffin rule. You can't leave when your team's got games in it. And he's got a quarterback. He's got a stud quarterback who I really like, the kid Levitt from Arizona State. So he's a talented player. I think with college football is now with the transfer portal is how quickly do these guys come together? It's not like when Channing and I went to a school, you're minimum 3 years there, maybe 5, and you come together, you're boys with your boys, and you know what, you grow up with each other, and then you become a great team together. How quickly can they, even how quickly does Mensa take the reins in a new offense? And I think that's kind of the curious thing with college football now is how have people navigated the portal and how do they fill the missing pieces? Because, in the past it used to be, Miami lost their quarterback. We're starting a guy that hasn't played. He's going to be a redshirt sophomore. He's talented, but he hadn't played. Well, that's not like that anymore. Now we got a guy that, lit it up at Duke and won the conference last year. So I think that's the big change with college. The pro, I like the pro part of this. Funny is like, re-ranking these quarterbacks. Like I read something they put Lamar Jackson in the middle tier of the league. I'm just like I just shake my head at some of this BS that they just write just to write. But I'm like, how is that guy middle tier in the league? There's a lot of teams, including if I was running one, he'd be my first pick. I'd still like you got a weapon,
but
with
he's
his
had
legs.
talented teams and they haven't had Super Bowl success. That's the knock.
Well, I think I can go back. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. His tight end dropped a ball right in his hands, in his chest,
Andrews,
that moves him on in the playoffs. So it's like it's not always the quarterback's fault. And, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Like Patrick Mahomes, okay, he's coming off an injury. Not, hey, we're moving him down in the rankings. It's like the dude's coming off an injury. Okay, I don't know.
Well, Crowder's got a question for you, but real quick, what do you think about the Great Gabagool?
I like Gabagool. Spicy,
all right, so
extra
that'll
spicy.
be your nickname. That's a good suggestion by somebody. The Great Gabagool. Is that a good nickname? Are you down with that? The Great Gabagool.
No.
Who's your broadcast partner for the UCLA Cal game? Who's doing play-by-play?
Brett Dolan. What?
Brett Dolan. If he welcomes everybody to Cal Stadium or wherever it's at, welcome to Cal Stadium. I'm Brett Dolan, and here's my broadcast partner, the Great Gabagool.
No, I'll be top dog that game because Berkeley's got the best hot dog joint right down the hill from the stadium. Joe Rose knows all about it. They have from bratwurst to hot links to German sausage, and it's a must on a nice little French bun. So you can call me top dog that game.
Okay, you don't want to go by the Big Glizzy.
The Big Glizzy? No, it's not a Glizzy.
Stay away from that one.
I always wanted someone to call me the Big Glizzy.
He's not on down here in Miami.
Gino, you brought up Levitt and Arch Manning, and they have more out there in Oregon, and all these quarterbacks, and even Arch. We were talking about earlier in the show. When he played Florida, you can see his arm talent. Even though they lost, like you can see that he could spin that thing. Who is, in your mind, going and saying at Ohio State, who's the number one ranked in the coaches poll? Who is that guy to you? Who is that guy going in that has to not prove himself, but he has to stay at number one?
Well, I think saying, as a redshirt freshman to get to the finalists for the Heisman, and then he's got arguably the best player, for sure the best all-around receiver in college football. He's got to have a season, and I think Levitt. I think he's shown flashes where you're just like, wow, this kid's got all the talent in the world, and for whatever reason he got dinged up or didn't put it together. I think Arch, though, I think with Texas it's more of the team success because Texas is not short on cash and players, so I think they're loaded. The tough part, get through the SEC. It's like, okay, when are you banged up? Are you banged up and then you got to go play Georgia on the road, and then that's a tough hold. Are you banged up, and then you got to play, the kind of the lower part of the conference, like a Mississippi State or something. So I think that's the hard part with the SEC, and that's why all these conference commission. Well, that's why the Big Ten they want to expand the playoff to 24, so they get 4 of their crappy teams in every year.
The Big Ten. They got a couple championships, Gino. Now they're talking about the SEC is nothing. You better get out of here.
More recently than the SEC.
I never get into the conference debate. I'm like going, okay, you got the best team in the country. Doesn't mean you have the best conference from top to bottom. Not so long ago, the Big Ten was the Big Two, and it was Michigan and Ohio State. Indiana was the bottom of the barrel. These teams were awful in the middle of that conference. And I would still say, Minnesota, Illinois, Penn State was average last year. You got some teams where maybe they have some blue blood names, but they're not exactly putting out blue blood product on the field on Saturday, not even close to the SEC.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that, fellas?
I heard you try to say I heard you try to assert superiority of the SEC over the Big Ten, but all you have to do is look at championships recently.
Has it been 6 years?
Ridiculous.
4
years?
Four.
Three. They won 3 in a row. But we won the last 94.
Okay. So let take that argument, Hawk. Are you really going to say the Big East was the best conference in college football in 1991 and
college football
1992?
has never been as good as when the Big East was dominant.
Come on. Virginia Tech pre-Michael Vick was like 2-8 my senior year. West Virginia.
Bring me back to the days of Big East football dominance.
Pitt. We're going back to Major Harris at West Virginia, how they split a title. Come on.
There was nothing like walking out of the Pearson-Mahoney dorms, heading across the street, get a velvet cream donut, and come back, watch my Big East matchup of the week.
By the way, they're gone.
I know.
You know that.
Yeah.
I drove by today, and like the last stairwell is like totally bulldozed over there.
I was telling Crowder, man, that's where I spent freshman year, and if those walls could talk, Gino, holy mackerel, the stories
I think the walls did more than talk. There was like black mold and a bunch of crap in those buildings.
Those are the stories that they would tell. They would tell stories about poisoning me, making me unhealthy for the rest of my life.
Gino, you used to see Hawk sneaking girls into the back hallway.
You didn't have to sneak anybody in. I was standing there. There was it wasn't like there was a hall monitor.
I don't think there was security back in our day, Channing. Channing, let me put it to you this way. We're so old. Our full Social Security number was right below our full name on our student ID with a picture.
On our student ID.
It's like you could have walked around campus and stolen the identity of everybody.
You used to put your Social Security number on your checks. Remember, you'd put your address, your phone number, and your Social Security number in case anybody needed it.
Did y'all have?
I tell you what, you won't be scared. The guy, the movie that what's his name? The Italian kid.
The Great Gabagool.
DiCaprio. That where he was like the fake pilot and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
That guy, for real, I was at a conference he spoke at, and he was talking about how he could lift ink off of checks.
Yeah.
And reprint your check and just start going and spending money on your account. It was crazy. He recommended certain pens, and it was like, use this pen because somebody can't lift it off. It was crazy, that stuff.
I can't tell you the name of one starting quarterback in the ACC besides Darian Mensah, but I can tell you Frank Abagnale was the guy that Leonardo DiCaprio played in that movie Catch Me If You Can.
Well, Frank,
and that's what Pearson Mahoney did to me.
There you go.
Hey, Gino, I know that the goal for the Canes and for Cristobal is make the college football playoff. They did it last year that way. It worked. And however you can get into the dance, you get into the dance. But is there something to be said? It's not even about winning the ACC, but it's finally not having one of the setbacks against a Syracuse, against a Georgia Tech. It feels like since Miami joined the ACC, whether it was Duke one year, whether it was a Virginia team one year, whether it was just one of these like mediocre maybe above average ACC teams that Miami on paper was better than, ranked ahead of, but they always had a setback. Is there something to be said about Cristobal finally getting over that hump and beating the teams, all of the teams that he's supposed to beat?
Well, I think their first goal is win the conference, and you get into the playoffs. So I would say yes to that. I think that the tough games going to Clemson. What has Clemson done now that they've started entering the portal and bringing some players in, and then going to Notre Dame? I mean, those are really going to be the two toughest games, just based on, I think the schedule last year set up well for them. You play Florida, early. You play Notre Dame early in the heat, and the humidity just demoralized them down here in South Florida. So I think that the schedule last year set up well for them. I think it does this year, and I think that it's just a matter of, you're right, that you win the games you're supposed to, and you beat the hell out of the teams you're supposed to, and then you move on. But I think that their first goal is win the conference, and then the rest of the stuff you should be in the playoffs, and you hope you're healthy, and then like last year, I mean, they get into the playoffs by, it was close, and they got in, they got hot, and they got to the championship game. So you want to get in, you don't want it to be close, and then you want to, be healthy and go on a run.
Before we run out of time, let me ask you this Norris Cole question real quick that we were talking about. Norris Cole won 2 rings with the Heat, if you recall. Okay. He said on a podcast, getting $50 million and 2 rings, which is what he earned, is better than $400 million and no rings. And what he follows up with, I'm taking $50 million in my rings. You got to remember, for me and what I value, $50 million, I can get anything I want. How many Rolls Royces, how many mansions can you get? And in the Midwest, $1 million crib and $1 million crib in Miami or LA is 2 different lifestyles.
So what's the question?
Would you rather have $50 million and 2 rings, or $400 million, no rings?
Well, first off, you're right. I don't think there's much of a difference between having 50 and 400. Oh. I think you can be pretty comfortable with either. So
I mean, you could.
Yeah,
you could. No,
there's a big difference.
What's the difference, Channing?
There's private jets and yachts with 400. With 50, that's really 25 after taxes. You can't get a $10 million yacht.
So I was going based on liquid for 50 or liquid for 400. So
right, you have to cut them both in half, or but it's still percentage wise, it's the same.
Okay, let me say, let's do percentages then. 25 or 50 and 400, 8 times. So 1 or 8.
The 50 at 4%, you're making $2 million a year on interest.
Just in interest.
You can't survive on $2 million a year.
But 400 at 5% is making crazy money too.
I understand. I know the rules of money. That's my
that's
job.
His profession.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, like, you can be fairly comfortable at 50 in the bank.
Fairly comfortable. You never have to worry about money the rest of your life.
Okay, how many private jets are you going to take? I mean, you know the old saying, if it floats, flies, or rent it. I mean, just don't buy the airplane. You can take a private jet, and you can take a private jet when you're liquid for 50. So
50 liquid is great, Gino. For 100 liquid, I have a Scrooge McDuck room with money that I dive in every morning.
But you don't have rings.
I don't need a ring. You want a Saltair ring or
conveniently
ring?
said by someone without a ring.
I would say this: like, as an athlete, you want to win a ring, and you're asking somebody that's won 2 in a Heisman ring. So I got mine. So I
got mine too.
Yes, I'd rather have $400 million.
Yeah, tell them the ring you have, Crowder.
Hey, you bring your rings, I'll bring my Outback Bowl ring, and we can lay them on the table.
I saw Spurrier yesterday. You can't spell citrus without your teeth.
All right, we got to let Gino go. He's going to join us every Thursday throughout football season. And again, he's brought to us each week by the Plumbers Local 519. Local 519 members are proud supporters of South Florida, the Miami Hurricanes, and the community. South Florida is booming, and that means opportunity. If you're looking for a career instead of just another job, there's never been a better time to become a union apprentice with UA Plumbers Local 519.
Channing wants some new T-shirts and $400 million in the bank.
I'm taking that check.
And I feel weird.
Keep that ring.
I feel weird arguing for $50 million over $400 million because that's a silly argument to make. Of course, I'd rather have $400 million, but you have generational wealth with $50 million.
It's more of a question. You say, okay, you have 2 in the bank or 400 in the bank, but with 2 you get 2 rings. Like 50 is like, dude, I can make 50 work pretty well for a long time.
Yeah. And I know you're a great investor, Gino, but 8 times anything, I want the 8 times of anything.
All right, but you got 0
you're
times
still
the
going to be
rings.
wearing that Heat hat and that T-shirt. It ain't going to matter to you.
Gino, I wouldn't even move, but I don't care about a ring. I'm 43 years old. What am I doing with this ring?
I'm going to defer
you'd
to
be
the guy
sitting there
with the
like,
rings.
I'm 600. What's that show, Hawk? 600
My 600-pound life.
Oh, Gino, they give me $400 million. Oh, wow. I'm not leaving the house.
We'll see you, Gino.
See you guys.
There you go, Gino, the great gabagool, the big tortellini, the great gabagool, or the sausage king of Cal. I forget what he said that he was getting at Cal. Hot link Cal. He said there's great hot links outside the stadium.
All I heard is Gino Toretta's on assignment for us when he's over in Cal in a month.
Man. Sounds like there's some good food to be had there. All right, there you go, Gino Toretta. Love talking with him.
2 million or 50 million or 400 million, probably not going to happen. But 30 million in guaranteed prizes. That's guaranteed. You can cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circa sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rake. You start with the Circa Million. 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Then you've got the Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, last one standing wins. And then it's the Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. You enter in Nevada, but you play from anywhere. That's 30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for all the details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hamburger.
All
Is this the Seal version of Fly Like an Eagle? I think people my age, Gino Toretta included, would probably lean towards the Steve Miller Band version, but both of them good. You've probably never heard the original.
Steve Miller Band?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he sounds egotistical.
More egotistical than Seal?
Seal got a different look.
Seal's an interesting bird.
Yes,
no pun.
he is.
He's not a bird, so it wouldn't be a pun.
Seal as a seal was one of the best commercials ever.
That was a funny commercial. That was a good Super Bowl commercial.
Mountain Dew?
I think it was Pepsi, wasn't it? It was Mountain Dew?
It was Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Look at that.
Baja.
All right. I have something that I want to get to this hour. We'll do it in the next segment. I don't know if you saw Nate Davis from USA Today. He did his projections for what the record will be for every NFL team heading into the season. Do you want to guess who's projected to have the worst record in the NFL by USA Today?
It's Cardinals.
Steve Miller Band. It's the Dolphins.
Worse than, well, the Cardinals have weapons. They just don't have a quarterback.
Dolphins, and by the way, Cardinals are projected to be 2-15.
Dolphins are going to be 1-16.
The Dolphins are projected to go 1-16 by USA Today.
I can't ride with USA Today on that one.
Well, we got a season ahead of us, fellas. We got a season ahead of us. Let's I'll tell you what he writes in the next segment. We'll get to it. Let's do headlines here for the 3:00 hour with Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
Dolphins did have practice today. You have preseason football today, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it through summer. Football is on every weekend from here on out.
Anybody doing anything tonight for the game? Is anyone bringing in Wawa hoagies or ordering a za? Anybody planning anything special tonight?
I marinated some chicken wings.
Is it because you know you're going to be watching football, or you were just doing that anyway?
Just marinating chicken wings. Yeah, I ate 8 of them and some ramen noodles before the show.
Yeah, no. What'd you shoot it down with? A Alfredo sauce?
I went broth instead of sauce.
What are you planning anything tonight, Solana, or no?
No, I normally tap out of this game after the first 2 drives. Maybe I pretend like I'm into it all week, and then after the first 2 drives, I'm like, what am I doing here? What are we doing?
Jimmy the Bedbug loves watching sports more than anyone on this show. Is this a big night for you, Bedbug?
Not really, because it's the preseason. So like maybe I watch like I'm like you, like I'll watch a few minutes of it.
So you're more into the Marlins tonight. You'll be watching the Marlins tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably watch the Marlins.
Yeah,
because that one counts. This one doesn't.
Yeah. Jimmy sounds very soft to me, by the way.
Yeah, but Jimmy will also watch a Pirates Rockies regular season baseball game during the show because he's like, well, it's on.
He loves watching sports. He really does.
Yeah. There's a game on right now.
He does. He loves watching sports.
I watched the Pirates game last night.
You did? Over the Marlins game?
Yeah, well, it was the late one.
Ah.
Yeah, and then Chan he loves watching batters. He just loves watching their approach.
I was going to ask you, because your son, and he's really into baseball. He's very good, and he goes to IMG. He's 14 now. Does he watch baseball with, like, the appetite and the passion that most teenagers are, I think teenage boys are watching NBA or NFL? Like, is he really into the players and knows them all and knows who's the home run hitters and base hit hitters? And
he'll yell at me, "Daddy, Thompson's up." And I'm like, "What? Thompson's at bat. He's third in the league in home runs. You got to come watch him." I don't have to come watch him. I don't know who Thompson is. He loves the dude on the Royals. I even forget the guy's name, but his batting stance, he loads his hip early, and then he calls out pitches. So like he went 2 outside, he's going to inside and high this time. Weird stuff. I don't even know
impressive.
what it means.
Mr. 305. Dale.
God bless. Dale.
Dale.
Thank you, Bedbug.
You're welcome.
305, sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family.
And I try to get into it with him. You know, you want to bond with your son.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 91 slider. That's crazy. Yeah, it is. I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? You see
Kyle
the movement?
Seeloff, by the way, the television play-by-play voice for your Marlins, going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour today.
Yeah. See the movement on that one? That was a lot of movement, bro.
Right. See the way the bottom fell out on that one? Yeah, I do the same thing when I'm watching baseball. I was going to ask Seeloff about that double steal on Tuesday night. Again, not questioning Clayton McCullers, what happened. I just want someone to explain to me what the reasoning is behind that double steal that actually I thought may have cost the Marlins the game.
I would love for a baseball person to tell us why, because it did. I've never seen that before.
Well, it did cost them the game. Whether or not it was the right call or not is, to me, independent of the fact that it did ultimately cost them the game because it was an 0-2
Yeah,
count.
they were alive with 2 runners on base and down 2, and then the game was over.
The game was over.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a thing. I get so mad when I'm watching my son's game, and if the guy before you walks, nobody's gonna swing at the first pitch, and it's always a strike down the middle. Like, what does it matter what happened last time? Swing the damn bat, and I just yell, "Swing the damn bat!" No, Daddy, if the guy walks before you, don't swing, because I'm like, I don't care. Like, the ball comes and you can hit that damn thing as hard as you can, but it's all analytical.
You're going to have to defer to Rod, Kyle, Strom, Jack on that one.
Hawk, swing that damn bat, Hawk. If we had a celebrity baseball game, I'm going to yell, swing that damn bat, Hawk.
How was Jimmy and I were both watching last night because we were texting. We were watching the Leagues Cup game at New Stadium. Solana was there. How was it?
The atmosphere was cool. It was fun. It was hot.
So I got to see a couple messy goals.
I mean, you got a messy brace in the first half. Both of them were golazos. Noah Allen, shout out Pembroke Pines, had 3 assists in the game as well. And ultimately, Inter Miami won. There was a rain delay, and I booked it. Once that delay sign came up, I'm like...
Well, you were the cause of the delay. You know that.
Yeah, I figured we'd get into this at some point. I wasn't the cause of the delay.
Solana refused to do the wave. He tweeted it out, and he was angry about it. And here's listen, you could like the wave, not like the wave. I always participate. There's nothing going on that's going to prevent me from being a participant in the wave. I may not give it my all, but I'm going to fling my arms up in the air. I'm going to be a participant. Solana goes out of his way to shame the people who are starting the wave next to him, and he's got this sourpuss on his face.
Yep.
I'm here to see Messi, and Messi's got a corner right now or a throw-in, something like that.
Yep.
And they're doing the wave, and, just this sourpuss.
Yep.
And I'm like, Solana, nothing worse than the guy who hates the wave more than anything in the world. Like, hey, you don't want to be into it, don't be into it. But the guy who hates it with such a passion, get over yourself. And that's why the skies opened up and the game got delayed.
No. You want to know why the skies opened up and the game got delayed? Because we've got a banger on our hands, gentlemen. You've got the greatest player of all time playing in a game, by the way, with stakes. This isn't just a regular season game, one of whatever. This is a group stage game for Inter Miami, a very important one, because they win, they have 3 points. And you're literally watching the greatest player of all time put on a display. 2 golazos, Inter Miami's dominating. And here comes the guy in the purple jacket in the middle of the game. Hey, everybody! We're going to start the wave! Let's go, Section 104! Section 107, let's go! Ready? 3, 2, 1! But obviously, no. Everybody's like, what's going on here? And then he goes, come on, wave. Let's go. Let's do the wave. And 15 minutes of this guy yelling at me. Let's come on. Hey, and guess what, guy? Hey, how about you watch the game? I paid my hard-earned money to watch the game, and you just want to yell for 15 minutes because the guy over in section 114 isn't interested in doing exercise during a sporting event. And you know what, Hawk? I'll give you this. Boring game. Nothing's going on. 0-0. You brought your kids out. They're kind of out of it at this point. You want to bring some excitement to the crowd? Fine. In that instance, start the wave. But it's disrespectful to the athlete.
Goodness.
It is disrespectful to the athletes who are playing, who are risking their livelihood on that field to deliver us a good product. And this guy in the purple jacket thinks he's bigger than the game. So guess what, fans? You want to do the wave? Go somewhere else. Go home and do the wave. Sit on your couch and do the wave. Don't make me, who wants to watch soccer and wants to experience the sport, participate in your tomfoolery.
I just got a couple questions, and I respect your enthusiasm. How many people have died playing soccer?
Probably not that many.
Okay. And you have to close your eyes to stand up and raise your arms? Because you can watch the game and do this easily because you can still see the game.
Yeah, but it becomes a whole thing. Like, I'm doing up-down
What is
now.
it?
Really
What thing?
not.
It just you just put your hands up in the air.
What do you think about this wave?
I mean, there's nothing worse when you're it's the middle of the game and all of a sudden you realize the person 3 seats next to you is going to be the guy that's going to start the wave. I mean, there is literally nowhere I'd rather be less on the planet than 3 seats next to that guy. Nowhere. No, name it. I'd rather be.
I mean, what
there.
other events do you want to stop if the game is good or the game is compelling? Do you want vendors to stop yelling out that they've got beer or peanuts?
Totally different.
That doesn't bother you? That doesn't throw off your train of thought?
That is totally different. The vendors are there and it's expected. It's a job. And by the way, the vendor yelling out, "Hey, I got beer, I got nuts." That doesn't bother anybody because they're just walking up and down.
Well, maybe it
and
does
they're
bother
out of
someone.
there
Maybe
very
they just
quickly.
want to be able to pay attention to the game.
And it's one person. It's one person. This is somebody who has taken it upon himself that he is bigger than the game, that he is now the entertainment, that he is the excitement, and he's going to bring joy to the entire crowd. And when other people don't want to partake, he's going to get louder, and he's going to get louder, and he's going to get more annoying. Hey, go home. This isn't about you, guy in the purple jacket. This isn't about you wanting to be the guy to start the wave. Let me enjoy the game. Go home.
Didn't you famously start a LeBron chant at the Heat game?
Well, that's different, Hawk, because LeBron screwed the good people of Miami. Absolutely screwed the good people of
LeBron
Miami.
is tired, I believe.
Yeah, I did start that.
Yeah, but that moment happened to be about you.
Well, see, I was
Yes.
genuinely thinking of the well-being of those around us who got screwed by LeBron because LeBron James decided in his return to Miami 8 minutes before the game started he was going to not play because he was just tired. And guess what, LeBron? You got the chant. LeBron is tired. Coming from section 115 for the entire game.
And you gave it to him from the top shelf.
Oh, I gave it to him, baby.
Yeah,
All right,
he didn't
let's
hear
get
it. You were
the,
too far away.
Let's get the headlines real quick here from Sourpuss. Go ahead.
Goodness gracious. Be neutral.
The wave. Get out of here with the wave.
It's the best
Lame.
thing. I can't
say
decide
it's-
what I like better at a sporting event: the wave or everybody clap your hands.
What did I say, Hawk? It's pretty successful, the wave.
Well, and he's talking about like, oh, one guy making more. No, the whole stadium goes in on it. The entire stadium goes in on it, and there's one guy with a sourpuss.
Yeah.
One guy got the puss on his face.
Do you hate the beer snake? The cup snake?
Yeah, that one actually annoys me because wow,
like
you drank a lot. Okay, guys.
But it's everybody bonding, the whole stadium bonding at one time.
Okay, you guys spent $40,000 in beer. Good, congratulations. Can you get the cups off my shoulder?
Y'all are haters. People are enjoying.
The thing with the beer snake guys, they don't even drink the beer anymore, Hawk. That's what makes it infuriating.
They've got
They
guys
go
They got guys going out to steal cups from the vending side, like from the concession stand. They've got guys going out to steal cups. So what's the accomplishment there?
Oh, yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. Earn it.
Give it to me.
All right. Give us the rest of the headlines, puss.
And a Gatorade bottle because too many beers, I'm going to have to pee.
The Marlins, they do play tonight. And that game is in Atlanta. They're going to be back home tomorrow against the Los Angeles Angels. I still call them Anaheim. And
Is it the Los Angeles Angels?
It is, right?
Oh.
Yes.
That's funny. I thought it was Anaheim as well. I mean, when I was a kid, it was the California Angels.
I like that name better.
Yeah.
Is it the Anaheim Ducks? Did the hockey team change their name?
Well, they've always been the Anaheim Ducks, no?
Right, but they didn't change their name, right? They're still the Anaheim Ducks?
Well, originally they were the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Right.
And that became the Anaheim Ducks.
Jimbo. Boy, you got your bang out today. You know all the information.
Yeah, it's the bed bug.
Inter Miami's going to play on Saturday. I had mentioned that the Dolphins did have practice today. Tonight's game, by the way, the Hall of Fame game, will be on NBC for those of you who would like to partake in some viewership.
All right.
Well, Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison Jr. They got some dogs. I just don't think they're playing tonight.
Nah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 88 degrees. It's raining. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the low 70s, upper 80s. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting.
Make up your mind.
You can't have a 20-degree window.
It's like me at the roulette wheel, and the ball's coming to a stop, and I haven't decided what number I want to put it on yet.
So it could be 89 or 71.
I meant the upper 70s and the low 80s. That weather report, which I'm sure they're proud of, is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. You have a leaky roof? Take action now. Just do the wave, and everything's going to be okay, according to Hawk and Crowder. Get your free estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
I will tell you why USA Today believes the Dolphins are going 1-16 next season in the next segment, so don't go anywhere.
There's an anniversary right now, and when good people celebrate their anniversary, they want other people to benefit from it. My friends at Ed Moore's are celebrating their 80th year in business. Chris Atkins, the GM over there at Ed Moore's Sawgrass, the owner, Teddy, y'all see Teddy on the commercial all the time. Good dude. Their team is amazing as well. When you go over there, you'll meet the great people. Ed Moore Sawgrass Cadillac commemorating this occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac luxury. That's why they always say be backed by Moore's, because they celebrate by helping you out. And right now at Ed Moore Sawgrass Cadillac, the all electrics are something special. My wife has one. You have to check out these all-electric Cadillacs, and that is right now the 2026 Cadillac Optic. You can get this vehicle for just $349 a month, and the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for just $369 a month. Great prices, and at Ed Moore's, they've been family-owned and operated 80 years. They know how to take care of their customers, and that's why they're around so long, because they're going to watch out for us. I say us because I am a proud Ed Moore's customer. My entire driveway is backed by Moore's. Don't miss out on the 80th year anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Moore Sawgrass Cadillac, 6-time dealer of the year off the Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. You can't miss it. Beautiful lot, beautiful vehicles, and great people. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, you got to be backed by Moore's, from the trade-in to the sale to the lease. After you get the vehicle, they email you, they text you. My PSI on my front right tire was getting low, and they told me in the middle of the night that it was going on. Being backed by Morris is a different situation. You got to click EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love Zephyr Hills.
There is no Zephyr Hills. It's Zephyr Hills. We've been over this. Katrina and the Waves. A banger. Banger from the 80s. Good song. Odyssey Stars and Strings is back. You can enjoy an acoustic evening of songs and stories from some of country music's biggest stars, including Lee Brice, Kane Brown, Brantley Gilbert, and more. It's at Hard Rock Live on Thursday, November 12th. But tickets go on sale tomorrow. So if you want to get tickets for this, get online to starsandstrings.com. And a reminder that Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. In the 4 o'clock hour today, Kyle Seeloff is going to join us from Atlanta, and we will talk some Marlins baseball with him. All right, would you guys like to know why USA Today believes that the Miami Dolphins will go 1-16 this coming season?
Please explain this to me.
All right. They did record projections for all the teams in the NFL, and the write-up that they give the Dolphins, and they do have the Dolphins being the worst team in the NFL. It says, this isn't meant to disrespect first-year general manager John Eric Sullivan, rookie head coach Jeff Hafley, or their players. But there's no denying that the Fins purged this roster, are clearing up their salary cap, and will predominantly roll with young and or inexperienced starters in 2026, including first-time NFL QB1 Malik Willis. Miami very much looks like a team that could struggle to pass the ball and struggle to disrupt opposing air attacks. The Dolphins also somehow wound up with the AFC's toughest schedule, opponents with a .542 winning percentage in 2025. And that's with the Jets on their schedule twice. Ominous. I mean, when you hear it in written word, it makes a lot of sense. Now, it's not taking into account just the normal, typical surprises we see in any sports season, right? College sports, professional sports, you're going to see surprises. But on paper, kind of inarguable. They're going to have a tough time moving the ball. They don't have many weapons at wide receiver. They're going to have a tough time stopping opposing air offenses, and they have a tough schedule.
Yes, and they're going to have a tough time getting to the quarterback. You know, we were talking about a couple days ago. Who's the leading sacker on this team? Who's the leading receiver on this team? Who is Devon Achane is going to be the leading rusher? You know, knock on wood that he stays healthy. We know that, but that's about it. And they are working with $150 million when everybody else is working with $300 million. But just to the point that they play the Jets twice. That's one win. They cannot get swept by the Jets. They are going to sneak up on another win, man. I can't see it. Oakland and the first, Kirk Cousins, I see games and I know they have a tough schedule. The AFC West is hell. They have a tough schedule.
I don't know how you guys, you and Solana, keep talking about the Raiders week 1 as being this easy road victory. And I'm not certain. The Raiders are looking at their schedule going, hey, we just have a few opportunities to win games. And trust me, the Dolphins are the weakest opponent on their schedule.
It's not that it's an easy game. I'm not guaranteeing a Dolphins victory. Hawk, the Raiders are 3.5-point favorites at home. Like, the home team gets 3 points. So even Vegas is telling you the difference between the Raiders, who definitely on paper have some more talent than the Miami Dolphins, are only 3 points better than the Miami Dolphins, which isn't a heck of a lot. I think that game is a game that Miami can win. And as far as the one win goes, do you know the last team to only win a game in the NFL?
Listen. Oh, I thought you was about to take a shot at me with
I think it was the Lions.
07.
No, I wasn't. I mean, like we talk about teams being bad every year. Every year we go into season saying this team stinks, and you look at their schedule and you say, who are they going to beat? How could they beat this team, X team? And that's why the NFL is so interesting, because you just don't know. The last team to only win a game in the NFL was the Jacksonville Jaguars 6 years ago. Shoot, the New York Jets last year did something that hadn't been done since 1844 when they still played without helmets. And that was not intercept a ball one time all season long. And they still managed to, win 3 games last season? Yeah. Like, bad teams at some point, as bad teams, the New York Jets last year were bad, and they still managed to win 3 games. I'm not telling you the Dolphins are going to the playoffs. I'm not telling you the Dolphins are winning 10 games, but it's easy to look at their roster, look at their schedule, and say, yeah, they're not better than any of these teams. Well, you don't know where those teams are going to be. Week 14, Week 10, Week 11, who the starting quarterback is going to be. You just don't know. The Dolphins are winning more than one game, bro. I would put I would put my house on it.
Correct. I would give you that. I would take the over on that. The greater conversation we've been having is the Vegas line at 4.5. Right. And both of you guys are over. But even the example you're giving of the Jets last season, you're like, look at them. They got 3 wins. The Dolphins are on par with that team.
Yes.
They really are.
I give you
that. So 4.5, like, that's the real debate. If they end up with 1 win, I know we've got this mantra, wins and losses don't matter this season. It ain't going to be fun if they end up with 1 win. So I would take the over, but I would not take the over on 4.5.
Let me tell you, I've been a part of 1 win, and it is not fun, and I stopped going out to dinner. I started ordering in because people gave me hell.
But that team, Crowder, quit on the head coach. Like, that team literally.
Well, that could happen, though. Quit. He was a first-year head coach. I mean, it can happen. His team is a perfect example of what can happen if they just aren't buying what the coach is selling.
I would, and I don't know. I'm not on the team. It was easy to give up on Cam Cameron. It was easy to give up on his philosophy, his goofball stuff, his, I know we lost, but that was a great game to watch, all that stuff. I've met Hafley. Hafley's not built like that. Hafley got a little something to him. So, I don't know if you tell a team, hey, we're not going to go to the playoffs. I know you got to sell. Let's go out here and let's shock the world. That has to be the sell to shock the world.
Sure.
But to set up that culture or start the culture of trying to win without winning, that is a big, big burden on Hafley's shoulders. If you're going to, like you're saying, best case scenario, 6-11. How do you set up a winning culture going 6-11? That's what Hafley has to do.
You guys, by the way, were really close to being a winless team.
Should have been.
If it wasn't for Brian Billick forgetting where his testicles were, you guys may have ended up as a winless team. And they were more talented than this current Dolphins roster.
Ooh. Now, that's a hell of a question. I have to look back.
Well, who was the quarterback?
Starting the season for
sure. It was Cleo Lemon, wasn't it?
Cleo Lemon, but he took over after somebody else. Yeah, I kind of forget that point in my life. You know, like when PTSD hits, you just kind of try to put it out of your mind.
Right. Yeah. When you've been through a traumatic situation, oftentimes the brain doesn't even allow you to remember it.
They call it fight or flight. My brain went into flight mode. I had to flight.
Starting the season, though, I believe, Crowder, you guys, like we have the cuts from training camp that year that we have to get to at some point. Your cuts. Starting the season that year, like, you guys were expecting to be a playoff team, 9-7, 10-8, or 10-6, whatever it was, because the roster was good. That was the Trent Green year, by the way.
That was Trent Green. Let me explain. 05-06, that was Saban. 05-06. Cam took over after Saban. When Saban was there, we had like I think we were the top 3 defense first year, top 10 or 11 second year. So we were like, our defense is solid. Let's bring in an offensive guy that can score some points, and we rolling, baby. We got us something. And Cam was supposed to be this genius out of San Diego, and everybody was selling it to us, and I was selling it to myself and the team. And then we found out he was a goofball and didn't know what he was doing, but it was too late. We were 0-7.
Because there's, you've been talking a lot, Solana, about surprises. There's also surprises on the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're counting on a surprise being on the upside. The Dolphins were a surprise downside team that 1-win year. Like you said, there were thoughts of them going to the playoffs.
Yep.
And they had gotten a big coaching hire. Cam Cameron was a desired guy.
06, we were on the front of ESPN. Dante Culpepper, Ronnie Brown, Ricky Williams, Chris Chambers, Marty Booker, Randy McMichael. We were supposed to win the AFC. And then we found out that Culpepper's knee didn't bend, and it all went downhill again.
We remember, bro. Trust me.
I'm looking at the Hard Rock app. There, you can bet who will be the last winless team in the NFL.
Well, with your last report, I say the Dolphins.
It's the Cardinals who are favored, though.
Okay.
It's the Cardinals. Cardinals are plus 250. Dolphins are plus 475.
Yeah.
Because they have the Raiders week 1.
That's why. You have to look at the schedules and see who has a winnable game early.
Hawk, if after that game in Las Vegas, if the Dolphins don't look like a team with a semblance of competition in them, right? Like they just look like a team that was totally outmatched by Las Vegas, then I'm genuinely ready to have the conversation of when will that win come? Because the schedule at San Francisco versus the Chiefs, at Minnesota versus the Bengals. Like if you can't compete with the Raiders week 1, probably not competing with any of those 4 teams either.
Well, you can bet on the Hard Rock app to start the season 4-0 or to start the season 0-4. And if you want to bet the Dolphins to start the season 0-4, it's plus 100. It's even money. And essentially what you're betting there is that they're going to lose to the Raiders.
They can't beat the Raiders.
That's really what the bet is there. You're betting even money that they're going to lose to the Raiders because they're not going to win one of those next 3 games, I don't think.
No. Even the Raiders, are we terrified of Jalen Naylor or Jack Beck, Ashton Genty? Like
no, but I am scared of Kirk Cousins.
Aren't a great roster either.
I'm scared of Kirk Cousins. I am, because he doesn't make mistakes. Well, he does make mistakes, but if he's told specific, if he knows he's on a team that's not going anywhere, and really all he needs to do is play fairly conservative and not make mistakes, and I think he's got enough veteran savvy to pick apart a defense that may not be the greatest defense in the NFL.
Oh, I'm terrified of playing the Guardians. They got Stephon Diggs and Terry McLaurin. Like,
I mean, both those receivers should catch 250 yards each in that game.
Who's covering them at practice? Like, who are we throwing out there? Solana's boy, the little white dude? Like, I don't know how this is going to look. But the Raiders, I'm not scared of Jalen Naylor. It's going to be a very boring, low-scoring game. I'll tell you that much.
Somebody puts on the chat, Hawk, what record does USA Today have in the Cardinals? I'd said it in the previous segment. They've got the Cardinals at 2-15. Let me see if there's any other real. They have the Raiders at 3-14. Jets at 3-14. And yeah, those are the real bottom dwellers. Cardinals, Raiders, Jets, Dolphins.
On the wrong side of this list, huh?
We are on the wrong side of the list.
Don't.
All right, we got to take
Don't put it past the substation to give the Dolphins a chance in San Francisco week 2. By the way, just throwing it out there.
That's right, because the substation. But that won't have an effect on the Dolphins, only on the Niners.
Well, no. I mean, the Niners are practicing literally right next to a magnetic field that is just disintegrating all their bones, and by week 2, they're donezo.
All right. Fair enough. We'll hope for that. Don't go anywhere. We still have stuff to get to, and we'll get to headlines in the 4 o'clock hour and a visit from Kyle Seeloff from Atlanta. Talk a little Marlins with us.
Don't let your garage door be outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready. We're in hurricane season. It's raining right now at my house. You know it. We know what time of year it is. You got to call Allied Doors. Protect and upgrade your home with beautiful garage doors. Allied Doors been serving South Florida since 1966. That's 60 years of trusted family-owned service. And if you are the person I'm talking about, or you know the neighbor that I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Beautiful home, great family. They wave when you ride past them, but they have terrible garage doors on a beautiful home with a well-kept yard. Let's fix that. You got to call Allied Doors. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact-rated doors that are built to protect and upgrade your home fast. And the LiftMaster openers, boy, we got LiftMasters now. It's not like when I was a kid when they were loud and this took a minute for the garage door to open. LiftMasters, they have the side-mounted ones too. They are quiet and efficient, built to perform like everything Allied Doors has. Our personal home, my wife's investment properties, we use Allied Doors, and I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It upgrades and protects your homes. You got to give them a call today, 954-940 954-942-8550. That's 954-942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad and we'll give you $300 off protecting and upgrading your home fast. Don't wait. Call Allied Doors today.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
Prince. As Barry Beret. Might hear that at the Cheetah. Cheetah Pompano Beach is your party headquarters. Birthday parties, office parties, bachelor parties, divorce celebrations, first preseason game of the year party. I mean, it's all going on at the Cheetah. Cheetah Pompano Beach, great spot to watch a game like tonight and a fight on the weekend. They've got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. You can get all the details and find out everything that's going on right there on their website. It's cheetahsofl.com. You guys have both been pretty adamant over the last few weeks when the futures came out that you would bet the Dolphins over 4.5 wins. And I'm not certain, like if I really pressed you on it, I said you have to take $5,000 of your own money and make a wager on over under 4.5 wins for the Dolphins this coming season. I'm not necessarily certain if I made it to where you really had something to risk and you had to do it with your head rather than your heart. I'm not certain either of you would pull the trigger on over 4.5 wins.
Who? I would.
Isn't that just blind faith then?
It is blind faith. I don't know what Malik Willis is. I don't know who these receivers are. I don't know who's covering anybody in the secondary. But just, it's hard to be that bad. It's hard to go 16-1, and it's hard to go 1-16. Teams have a down year. Teams have a down game.
5 wins. They've got to get to 5 wins to hit your over.
5-12. I was on a 1-15 team, and we were terrible. I just talked to somebody about this. They asked me, they're like, "What is it like to play on a 1-15 team?" I was like, "It was miserable." But at 0-7, we knew we were terrible, and it just starts going downhill. And Solana kind of brought it up. Cam Cameron wasn't changing anything. The blind faith in Hafley, the blind faith in Malik Willis, the blind faith in Caden Proctor, the blind faith in this O-line. It is blind faith, but I just can't see him being that bad. I don't know why. You said it's blind faith.
I watched the 2019 Miami Dolphins, who were starting. I'm going to throw out some names for you. Sam Aguavin.
Oh, Sam Aguavin. Sudden Sam Aguavin.
He called him Sudden Sam.
Vince Beagle. Taco Charlton.
Taco.
Avery Moss. I mean, Jesse Davis.
Taco Charlton had a body, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
I remember his name.
Nice.
I don't
remember
even know
he was like he was a high draft pick for someone.
Yeah, and they brought him back. Yeah, Dallas. Listen to the offense. Patrick Laird.
Oh, that guy. No disrespect on Patrick Laird on my show. No, sir.
Alan Hearns.
UM legend. Listen.
I know.
You are running me hot right now.
Myles Gaskin.
What are you doing? These are 3 guys on the Mount Rushmore of Dolphins offensive threats in the last 10 years.
They are all at home with their families right now.
Patrick Laird, Myles Gaskin, and Alan Hearns. You better find some better examples of futility because you're running me hot.
These were the types of players suiting up for the Miami Dolphins, and they won 5 games with Brian Flores as the head coach. And fine, Ryan Fitzpatrick, say what you will, he was a quality quarterback. Like, fine, I don't necessarily subscribe to that notion. But I don't think the gap between Malik Willis and Ryan Fitzpatrick is some insane gap.
Well, wait,
it's
though.
Fitzy
Who were
better?
some of the real receiver threats? Alan Hearns wasn't a number 1 or number 2.
Devontae Parker.
I mean, wasn't that the season that earned him millions of dollars?
It might have been that one or the year after, but either way, Hawk, like that roster, they were actively benching players at the end of the season which I totally understand, which I expect the Dolphins to do at some point this year as well. they still found a way to win 5 games. I saw it. I saw a team.
So $5,000 of your own money, you'd still go on the over.
No, I'm not putting I put 5,000 of Crowder's dollars on the over.
No. But if you had to bet 5,000 of your own dollars, you would then bet the under?
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. But I would bet easily $5,000 that they win more than one game. Like if the line was 1.5, and I get
right,
that,
but it's not
the
that.
stakes are totally different. I realize that, but going back to the USA Today article, Hawk, like one game, it doesn't happen.
All right, we got to take a break here. 4 o'clock hour is coming up. Kyle Seeloff is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll get headlines next. There is no better way to spend a summer day than Gulfstream Park in Hallandale Beach. They have live racing every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday through the end of the month. Monday racing features weekly on-track giveaways, $500 drawing, new wagers, and food and drink specials. $3 Mondays in Silk Simulcast Center features $3 cheese pizza slices, $3 soft pretzels, $3 hot dogs, plus enjoy $3 Bud drafts at the Breezeway Bar. Also make reservations in 10 Palms Restaurant and enjoy prime seating and dining while overlooking the track. 10 Palms is open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday during the summer. This Saturday, Gulfstream Park's got a betting brunch. It's a wagering tournament. You get to enjoy the 10 Palms buffet as well. So bet and brunch this Saturday. The brunch, the wagering, the live racing, the opportunity to win some incredible prizes and money. Bet and brunch at Gulfstream Park this Saturday. Sign up right now at GulfstreamPark.com. Just click on events. Gulfstream Park, it's perfect for a day of racing and fun. Also a perfect venue for group events, private parties. They host groups from 10 to over 1,000 people. It all happens at Gulfstream Park. Make it a day. Get all the details at GulfstreamPark.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I don't have no reception.
You're in a closet.
Four o'clock hour, we will start with the stock market report, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Had a lot of up days in a row, gave some back today. Dow Jones down 464 points. That's a little bit less than 1%. S&P 500 nominally down 13 points, and the NASDAQ barely moved at all, down 15 points. So not too bad, all in all. Any word on anything from Dolphins practice today, Solana? I didn't see much on social media. I know that towards the end of practice, the lightning alarm went off and everyone had to skedaddle.
Yeah, I have some notes here that I was reading in the Miami Herald. I saw Greg Dulcich was doing some work on the sideline, dealing with an injury, and practice ultimately was delayed. Tobin did send me a funny little excerpt today regarding my guy Riley Patterson. I don't know if any of you guys saw this.
No.
Let me pull this up here really quickly.
There a P in excerpt?
Yeah, he said it perfectly.
That's how it said?
Excerpt.
I didn't know that.
I actually, it's funny that you say that, because I was commenting to myself in my head. He said that expertly.
Look at you, Solana.
That was a total guess. Never said that word in my life. The stock up, I believe this is in the Miami Herald, was Willie Gay Jr., but the stock
that's
down.
The Sun Sentinel. How dare you?
That was the Sun Sentinel.
Sun Sentinel does stock up, stock down. I don't want. Let's not give short shrift to Perk and Fironas, who put that together.
Hey, I love the Sun Sentinel. I think everybody should subscribe to it. The Miami Herald does stock up, stock down as well, Hawk. I have the stock up,
I don't think
stock
they
down.
do.
I have it up in front of me.
Not certain.
Literally, I have it up.
Let me see.
Okay. Actually, we can make this happen. Hold on, give me a second here.
You're telling me the Miami Herald does stock up, stock down?
What do you think? Ira, Perk, and David Fiona's invented stock up, stock down. They've been doing that forever. Everybody.
Correct. They have. I didn't think the Herald did that.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to Omar if that's the case.
Hold on. Got you.
I got the 5 wins.
Oh, who?
Beat the Raiders. Doable.
Okay.
You sweep the Jets. Doable.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's hard to beat a team twice in a given season, and it's even harder when you're a bad team.
Doable. Game 17 is against the Patriots, and they might already be locked into their playoff seed. So what are we playing for?
Okay. All right.
I'm in.
4.
Well, that's 4.
Then what are the Colts going to be? And game 14, Jeff Hafley going back to Green Bay.
Oh, stop it. You think they're going into Green Bay?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
He knows them, Hawk. He knows all the players. He's watched them for a decade. He knows exactly
Except
what
all those players are on the other team.
Crowder. No. I'm with you.
Yeah.
He has brought cold weather winning culture by game 14. By game
There
14.
we go.
We finally got the coach. He's not making some cute little t-shirt. I wish it was colder. No. He's just demanding better play in the cold.
By the way,
Doesn't matter.
Solana is right again. There is stock up, stock down in the Herald. I'm looking at my Herald app. Yeah. I apologize to Omar Kelly. I thought Perk and David Furones had cornered the market on stock up, stock down, but Omar has it in the Miami Herald. I stand corrected.
O's undercutting them.
I have a new app on my phone. I got this automatic cat feeder for Rocky. Happy birthday, Rocky. Turned 14 or 15 yesterday.
Hey.
For like little weekend getaways so people don't have to come to the house, I got this automatic cat feeder. Automatic water, automatic food. but I get push notifications because it's got a built-in camera. I get push notifications when he walks by it or walks up to it to have a bite to eat, and I can talk to him as well. There's a microphone, so I can go, Rocky, Rocky doo-doo, time to eat. So
Rocky
even when I'm not
doo-doo.
here, he thinks I'm here. But I'm getting these push notifications all show long because he's checking out the new toy.
Just hold out on him for the weekend.
Look, there it is. There he is.
Man, I hate him.
He's not fond of you either.
I hate Rocky.
It's a good-looking cat you got there, Hawk.
Great looking cat. Would you watch him for a weekend or so, Bedbug? Like, what if I said, hey, just move into the apartment for a weekend while we're gone. Don't break anything, but keep an eye on Rocky. Is that something the Bedbug can handle?
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh.
You're not allergic to cats.
Something that you
I
shouldn't
am.
hear the Bedbug say. Like, that's not in the
Yeah.
character of the Bedbug.
What happens if you're around a cat?
My allergies flare up bad.
You have allergies too.
Not doing a good case for the Bedbug here.
Well, you need to take vitamins. They got gummy vitamins.
I do take vitamins. But I still get allergies.
Take more.
Got
Take
that
some
Costco
ginseng,
vitamins.
turmeric, and ginseng.
Stock down, according to the Miami Herald yesterday, unfortunately was Riley Patterson, who missed a 46-yard field goal that Zane Gonzalez followed up behind him and made. That's 2 up that Gonzalez now has on Patterson.
Wow.
The incumbent following a successful 25 season in Miami in this camp kicking competition.
Now it's going to be an interesting turn of events in the whole kicker argument. Is Solana is going to end up agreeing with us that kickers are not interchangeable because Riley Patterson is not going to be the kicker and it's going to be Zane Gonzalez, and he's going to be missing and making the argument that you need a better kicker like Riley Patterson. He's going to end up on our side of the argument based on the guy who put him on the other side of the argument.
Got him.
All right, let's get headlines here for the 4 o'clock hour. Brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
It is a bizarre predicament I have found myself in.
Yeah. You're going to have to make an argument that Riley Patterson didn't mean anything if Zane Gonzalez is the guy who makes the team and he ends up missing a couple of kicks that Riley Patterson would have made.
I mean, the reality is I've never had any credibility to begin with, so I can do whatever I want.
Bingo.
A couple notes here. Outside of South Florida, the Marlins do play tonight at 7:15 in Atlanta. They're back tomorrow. Inter Miami did win yesterday as well. Yesterday we talked about the Akron Zips doing something that I believe there's no precedent for, which is picking one random new season ticket holder, so a new fan that buys season tickets, and they're going to allow one person to win this prize to script out their first drive of the season. Akron's football suites, according to Front Office Sports, are now sold out for the first time in program history following this viral promotion. So it worked to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish.
That's the only reason people are buying season tickets?
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else about the team that maybe is exciting going into the season? Someone that, is going there who we didn't know about? Like, you're telling me they literally sold out of suites because people want a chance to script the first series?
Yeah, according to this article, the offer includes a pregame press conference, being mic'd up with a headset and play sheet, and being in the coach's box during the game. And I also read in this article that, Pat McAfee is now in on this, and he wants, so this is grown into something now. Akron hit on something though with this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was up there for Jason Taylor's Hall of Fame thing because Akron's right Canton. Their stadium's about the size of a macaroni grill.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that, and I can't imagine a suite for the season is, buku dollars.
$73.96.
Crowder, you talked about the Colts. How good are the Colts going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor, who's the Colts' best player, is now the third richest running back in NFL history. He signed the third richest deal of any running back ever. $44 million, 2 years is the extension he got.
Yeah, running backs are getting paid this week.
Bijan hit him for 25 a year. Jonathan hit him for 22, and now Jahmyr Gibbs got to be sitting there in Detroit saying, "Yeah, son, about that time, fellas." So Jahmyr's about to get paid too.
He's on that level, right? Jahmyr Gibbs, like he's on. I don't know. Is he just because he's valuable? They have to pay him, or is he?
I would take him third if those were the three choices.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Bijan Robinson, I think he's the best running back in the world.
Right.
Oh, I might take Jahmyr over Jonathan Taylor. Jahmyr
Really?
Gibbs has home run ability. Every time he touches the ball, he can go 80.
I don't know if I just value Dan Campbell's ability to build up an offensive line too much, just because like I have that image in my head. So I default to stick anybody in that position for the Lions and they can ball. But I'm probably I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing to Jahmyr Gibbs, who is a stud.
Yeah. No, it's a good question. We're splitting hairs with those three because they're all studs.
I'd take Achane before any of them. And Patrick Laird, to go back to last segment.
This is cool, Hawk, for you. The Nuggets, they're signing Lonnie Walker.
I saw that.
1-year deal, so he's coming back to the NBA.
Yeah, where did he play last season?
I think he was in Europe last season. Yeah. Oh no, he was in the Euro League last year with Maccabi Tel Aviv. The year before that, he played for the Sixers, I believe, or the Nets. But he had spent one season away from the NBA.
Yeah, we always liked him.
And then speaking of dudes who got paid, Dylan Brooks agreed to a 3-year, $73 million extension with the Phoenix Suns.
Does anyone know or respect his game if he's not a loudmouth?
I do. He's a bully.
Like, would you have known him, though, if he wasn't a bully? He was just out there playing basketball. Do his basketball skills result in a 3-year, $73 million contract, or does his antics put a brighter spotlight on him, and therefore he becomes a more recognizable and marquee name?
Can it be both? Because I think it, like you said, it puts a spotlight on his name, what he does, but nobody's paying for somebody just to talk trash.
Right. Maybe it even costs him money.
Yeah, and he always goes and gets the best player on the other team and gives them hell for 4 quarters. That's all I know about him. I haven't seen him hit a shot.
Tonight, this weekend, a couple guys will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, kicker, and Roger Craig as well. And tonight's game, by the way, you can watch it on NBC. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody watch Hard Knocks?
Oh, no.
Me neither.
Who is it?
The Seahawks, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, yeah, I think it is.
Is it losing its luster, or is it just us? Okay, because
I'll tell you why. I will tell you why it's losing its luster, and it's been doing this over the past few seasons. They're not following them off the field anymore. Like, they're very protective about what they're showing. Back in the day, you used to get to know the fiancé, and they're moving into a house, and they have an embarrassing escapade to Applebee's, and there's hoo-ha going on, and they're just not allowing that anymore. So it's really just watching a team practice and then watching a team play a preseason game, and it's, cut up like highlights of a Super Bowl. It just...
I get it.
There's like a couple fun things that you want to see every year. They always show the rookie show performances. Those are usually fun. But other than that, it pretty much, if it doesn't happen in the facility, you're not seeing much. And that, I think, is what made it so enticing.
Makes me laugh when they show the meetings. The people in the meetings don't want to be in the meetings. So now you want to see the meetings that they don't even want to be in?
And remember, it was completely unguarded for a while. Remember, you would see, was it the Jets who were doing contract negotiations with
the Giants? Wasn't
the
it
Giants with Saquon?
With Saquon.
Like, you were seeing stuff. You were seeing, I think on the Dolphins version, didn't you get to see Ocho Cinco get called in? Like, that craziness where they're like, don't get in trouble. He gets in trouble. They call him in. They let him go. Like, I don't think you're seeing that kind of stuff anymore.
Wasn't it Vontae Davis?
Yeah, got cut from Indy.
And you know, the quote that everybody remembers is he wants to call his grandma.
Was it Indy or was that Miami?
No, that was Miami.
That was Miami? Where he wanted to call his grandma, yeah.
I think that was a year after I retired or got cut.
2013.
Yeah, it was like 12.
They don't show that stuff anymore.
I want to see practice or meetings.
Your weather in South Florida. Tonight's game, again, you can watch it on NBC. Your weather. It's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Get your free roof and window estimate today. 954-968-8155 is the number for you to call. It's 88 degrees. There's some rain in South Florida as well.
All right. Kyle Seeloff, Marlins play-by-play man on Marlins TV. He's going to join us in the next segment from Atlanta, where the Marlins are trying to salvage one game in this series against the Braves. He'll join us in the next segment, so do not go anywhere.
Let's celebrate together, and the anniversary is the 80th year in business for Ed Morris. My buddy Chris Atkins over there is the GM. Y'all see Teddy Morris is the man, and they put together a team of amazing people. You got to head over to Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac, and they are going to celebrate this occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac Luxury. They're having an anniversary, and they're going to help you out. That's what they do. That's why they call Backed by Morris, because they always want to help out their customers. I am a customer. My entire driveway is backed by Morris. You get your driveway backed by Morris. You got to check out these all-electric Cadillacs. My wife has one, and right now you can get an all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic for just $349 a month, or the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for just $369 a month. I'm not making it up. These prices are amazing. The Ed Morris brand has been family owned and operated for 80 years, so they know how to take care of their customers. I'm a customer, and they take care of me. They will take care of you. Don't miss out on the 80th anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac. They're the 6-time dealer of the year off Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. You can't miss it. You're going to see the beautiful lot. You're going to see the beautiful vehicles. Then you're going to go in there and you're going to meet the beautiful people. You got to visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com and be backed by Morris. Trade in, sell, lease. After you have the vehicle, they're going to email you. They're going to text you. They're going to let you know you need services. If your PSI on your front passenger tire is low, you'll get a text message. I'm telling you, being backed by Morris is something. If you haven't had it, it is something you've never experienced in your life. That's how I want to say it. Click EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My prostate's the size of a bagel. All right, before we get to Kyle Seeloff here, I'll remind you one more time, Odyssey Stars and Strings is back. You can enjoy an acoustic evening of songs and stories from some of country music's biggest stars, including Lee Brice, Kane Brown, Brantley Gilbert, and more. The concert is at Hard Rock Live on Thursday, November 12th, but tickets go on sale tomorrow. So if you want tickets, you want to get all the details, just go to starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. Kyle Seeloff is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia, Crowder's old stomping grounds.
Hey, I was just up there.
Kyle's the television play-by-play man for the Miami Marlins. You see him on marlins.tv or on your local cable or streaming service. Marlins finished their series with the Braves tonight, and then they come home for 6 games. They got the Angels tomorrow through the weekend, and then the Pirates Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. I'm going to go back to Tuesday's game for a second here, Kyle, because we just don't have the baseball knowledge to understand how the game ended, and it confused me because they were making a little comeback in the 9th. And I want to talk about, I was so happy with what the Marlins did at the trade deadline. But I just because you're the first baseball mind we've had on since Tuesday. I don't understand the double steal when you've got 2 runners on, you've cut the lead from 4-0 to 4-2.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that game should end with a runner being thrown out stealing third. So can you explain it to me? Because I know obviously there's a reason for it. I'm just curious what.
Yes. So the rationale behind what the Marlins were thinking was they had already scored 2, which is very difficult to do against Raisel Iglesias to begin with. What they were trying to do was pull off a double steal and get 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs, which would only necessitate 1 more hit because you pinch in Edwards at first. And then if you're banking on, and at that point, there was 2 strikes when he got thrown out. So they were hoping to successfully pull off a double steal. And then 1 more hit would require, just 1 additional hit would have tied the game instead of getting 2 more. You're already, it's just very difficult to string that many hits together against Iglesias. Marlins have pulled off a ton of double steals this season. Hindsight 2020, it's easy to Monday morning quarterback. Obviously, it looks awful when a game ends that way and you are mounting a rally. The other component to that, I think I got into it a little bit last night. Now I don't remember. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast, honestly. But if you watch it back on the double steal, Sonoha, who's already a little fella as it is, he ducks. And what they've told him was don't duck. In fact, you saw it in the game last night. Joe Mack threw the ball off the coconut of Mauricio Dubon there. Just stand your ground. You're not doing anything wrong. So, look, it was layered. Obviously, when it doesn't work and the game ends after you score 2 runs in the 9th at third, like it obviously stinks. But I'm totally on board with their thought process.
It's not like the wildest thing you've ever seen. It's not out of the question.
How many more hits can we bank on getting off one of the better closers in baseball, right? So again, if it would have worked, it's like holy Toledo, right? It doesn't. It looks bad. It is what it is.
And I'm glad Hawk said, yeah, we have a baseball mind on now because my son plays baseball, and I just scream, hit the damn ball. And I don't know if that's a great approach to it. But with the batting, man, like you're saying, we didn't score the run until the 9th, and then they have the little run. Can anything happen? Because it seems like the bats kind of died lately. I'm an offensive guy in baseball. I want to see 11-9 games. But what's going on with the batting? Can they shake the order up? Like, can anything be done?
Yeah, well, they shake the order up every night. They have. I think they've scored the fewest runs in the National League since the All-Star break. Honestly, you should find another baseball mind because I'm not exactly sure the best way to describe this other than like it happens and they lose 12 in a row, then they win 6 of 7, but they win 6 of 7, not scoring a whole lot. The guy that, but I think the bottom line, if you go look at Stowers and Edwards and Lopez and the guys that really need to carry the offense, and that's a big burden to carry, but they need to for this team to win. Some of them just haven't been hitting, and I think you can chalk it up to a lot of that as well.
Let me go back, Kyle, to the trade deadline here for a second because I was thrilled. I came on the air the next day, and They moved guys who I thought were movable, but they kept Otto Lopez and Kyle Stowers and X and Sandy. And so to me, the way that I perceived it, it means that Peter Bendix, the organization, feels like this current team can compete this current season to get into the wild card, which is exciting because they've had a fun season. They've had these wild highs and wild lows, but it's been overall a fun season. And I love the fact that they're saying, yeah, we're going to ride with this team this season. I don't know what it means for future seasons, but am I correct in thinking that it means this season we think this team might be able to get into the wild card?
Yes, I think you're absolutely 100% correct. And I am also totally on board with you, Hawk, in terms of like, if you look around baseball and look at where the position the Marlins are in now, they were 79 and 83 last year. They're a game over 500 this season. I think it's pretty easy on the surface to say that the organization is trending in the right direction. They have more prospects and it's layered within the organization. They've got more talent in the minor leagues than they've had in probably a decade. Got to go back to Yelich and Real Muto and Stanton and Ozuna and all those guys. So the question you have to ask yourself, if you're Peter Bendix, is how close are we? Okay, seems like they're fairly close. They're in a better spot than they were last season. But then go ask yourself, can we beat the Dodgers? Can we beat the Braves? So are you going to mortgage the future to try to get in the wild card? No. And you're not going to sell up. They don't have enough talent in the minor leagues to just start getting rid of minor league guys in an effort to get a 2-month rental. That would be silly. And I think, and the one area that I give Mr. Sherman and Peter Bendix a ton of credit, and this is very difficult because you guys know it's very difficult for Marlins fans to be patient, understandably so. It's been a really long time since this thing has been sustainable. The only way they believe they can get there is to remain patient and do this the right way. And again, I am totally understanding. At telling a fan to be patient when they're spending their hard-earned money on your product is very, very difficult. But I truly, truly do believe this is not coming from the TV voice of the Marlins. I'm a fan of the team. I believe their patience is truly starting to pay dividends.
I saw this graphic the other day, Kyle. It was from one of the sports books, and they allowed AI to predict the next 50 World Series titles.
I saw that. Marlins are getting one.
Yeah, Marlins are getting one. The Dodgers are getting the other 49. Am I a bad Marlins fan if I sign up for that, even if it means waiting until 2052?
I don't know if you're a bad fan. What year?
2052. That's my only issue. I have to wait a long time for that.
That's 26 years?
Yeah, 26 years.
I'm blessed to wake up every morning. Yeah. I think we got to get one before then.
Well, don't even throw me into this conversation because you guys.
Now, where will you be in 26 years, Hawk? How do you think your situation will be?
You guys are going to have to pull out a Ouija board to let me know if they.
God bless his soul.
They won the World Series.
Are baseball fans, do they have the right, Kyle? Because I see this a lot on social media, and I know social media is not a true representation of, I don't know, how fans feel at large.
Yeah.
But what the Dodgers are doing, where they go trade for another ace, and they just have, it feels to me, limitless money. Do baseball fans have a right to be upset with that?
Okay, that's an interesting question, and I think it's totally up for debate. There's a couple of things to the Dodgers as well. I understand the fans' perspective that limitless money, deferred contracts seems unfair. I understand that, but to me, at the deadline, other competing teams, the Brewers, maybe the Braves to an extent, and others could have done exactly what they did. The one thing the Dodgers have done very, very well, and actually this ties in back to the Marlins because Gabe Kapler was there 12 years ago when this started, is they started to build a behemoth of a minor league system. I think even after the trade, the Marlins and the Dodgers are currently the only two teams in baseball that have 6 top 70 prospects in baseball. The reason I bring that up, they just have loaded their minor league system with talent, and they really don't care if those kids ever get to the major leagues because they use them as trade chips year after year. So again, I think that there's components to that. I understand the limitless money, deferred contracts, having payrolls $400 million other than other teams. But to me, at the deadline, don't get upset with the Dodgers because they gave away oodles amount of prospects for 50 innings of Tarek Skubal because they're hunting down another World Series ring, you know? So again, there's different conversations to that, but I mean, obviously it does feel like everything that's happening in baseball, and I think the sport's about in as good of a spot as it's ever been. It does feel like it's reaching a breaking point with the fans of the game and people spending their money and what's happening with the
They got to
Dodgers.
get this solved before.
I don't know
there's a
I don't know
lockout
how
next
you
season.
solve it. I don't
I don't
know
know
what it all
either. But
means.
like you said, where baseball's as healthy as it's been, like there's genuine interest. It gets a lot of coverage. I thought the home run derby was fun again, and man, I hope they get this solved. I don't know how, but I hope they get it solved before there's a lockout.
I was about to say a lockout's coming.
Also, you know what's amazing too, and people quickly forget this. Yes, the Dodgers are going for a three-peat, but Miguel Rojas, of all people, had to hit a game-tying home run in Game 7. Right, like the Blue Jays had the Dodgers, who have a payroll of $1 billion, on the brink of the World Series last year. That's what's crazy about the sport. It literally guarantees you nothing, but obviously they put themselves in a position where they have that shot every year.
And Hawk just said about the lockout. There's no way as a player, from the player perspective, Kyle, hey, a team that's going to pay anybody as much as they want. No. You can't do that anymore. We're going to put a cap on it. How does that get figured out? Because as a player, I'm not going to agree with any of this thought.
I don't know, man. It's such a good question. I know just as much as everybody else. I like to read about it. It's frustrating because I just love baseball, and I'm not smart enough to figure this stuff out, but I really want to see opening day on March 26th or whatever next year. I mean, obviously everything you read will spook the living tar out of you and make you feel like you might not even get a season next year. I mean, what's interesting to me is that the players union is often run by a lot of the guys that people would consider to be the one percenters, the guys that are making money that's very unrealistic to even major leaguers. You're not going to get $100 million contracts. But the question is going to be, if there is indeed a lockout, it seems there will be, how long are the young kids going to be able to hold out before they even go and there's some infighting with the union? Like, dude, I haven't collected a paycheck in 3 months. The guys that are speaking on our behalf are guys making hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm trying to put $6,000 in my pocket a day. Then it's from the owner's perspective. I guess they would think, well, can we hold out long enough before the players start clashing amongst one another? Mercy, we give up. We're okay, whatever. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's going to be ugly, right? I don't know anything more than anybody else, but I just hope they get it solved. It's such a fun game. There's nothing going on in the summertime. Let's figure it out. Figure it out for the fans. They deserve it.
My only hope is that if there's posturing, and that's what this is right now, posturing, it's August 6th. And by the time, this is when you posture to make everyone scared that there's going to be no season. And this is when you send out the little crumbs that, man, someone's really need. And somehow both sides know there's no benefit to either side to missing even one game. And so you got to figure out something that's amenable to both sides. I know easier said than done because
also the other problem with that, people have been encouraged that both sides have been talking, but have they? Because every single thing I see that comes out, they just laugh in one another's faces and they're like, yeah, what's happening, right? I don't understand any of this stuff, but are you actually trying to create a little headway here in the summer and trying to get out in front of this, or is each proposal so egregious that each side? I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works, man.
Kyle was talking about me because in that 2007 lockout, when they were like, "Hey, we have to get together and we're not going to play next year, even if we don't get paid." I was the guy in the back raising my hand. What do you mean? No money? Yeah. I'm on my rookie deal. Hey, I need this check.
And it's fascinating in baseball with no salary cap because, again, union leaders who speak on behalf of 25 other guys in a clubhouse are often guys that have been around for 8 to 10 years who have put, generational life-changing money in their pockets. And I mean, from what I understand, sometimes not everybody's on board with that stuff. It's young guys are like, I'm trying to put $800,000 in my pocket this year. It's interesting. I guess if you love the business of baseball, it's fascinating. If you're a fan of the game and don't care about that, it's figure it out because we want to play.
Marlins, obviously, they've lost a couple in Atlanta. They're going to have 2 series coming up at home over the weekend and then beginning of next week. Where are they in your mind when it comes to the wild card spot? Because it really has been this season of highs and lows, but I just enjoy watching them.
Well, here's where I think they're at. Obviously, the offense needs to get going again, but I truly believe that the pitching's going nowhere. I mean, even the last two games, they've had a chance. They brought the tying run to the plate late. They've had a chance. They obviously need to score more runs, but when your pitching, in particular your starting pitching, is as good as the Marlins has been, and it has been as advertised, you have a chance to win every night. Now, can they start to scratch and claw and win some 3-2 games with the offense still a little sluggish? Maybe, hopefully, maybe that triggers something. And again, they win tonight, it's a winning road trip. Even as rotten as the first two games here in Atlanta feels, a place that has not been kind to them for the last 10 seasons. Find a way to win tonight. We're going to get home at 2, 3 in the morning. You got to re-rack it and get back after it at 7:10 tomorrow night, but then go beat the Angels. So they got a chance. And again, goes back to the deadline, kind of what you're saying, Peter's like, hey, we'll make a few deals. I'm going to try to help this team now and also keep an eye on the future. But they didn't break this thing up. There it is, right? Go get your hits. Go score runs.
That's what
Pitch
made
well,
me
win games.
so happy, because it would have been easy coming off that long losing streak to say, well, we gave it a shot and we thought over that 5-week period things were going well, but I think we've seen over the 12-game losing streak that this wasn't sustainable. And they didn't do that. They're like,
Right.
all right, we'll roll the dice with the rest of you guys. You guys are enjoying this
Right.
season, and we've seen enough excitement and enough ability to win some games that we're going to ride with it. I was so delighted because I had a little pit in my stomach going into the trade deadline Monday night going, oh, I'm waiting to see this tweet about Otto Lopez or Kyle
Yeah.
Stowers or something.
Yeah.
It never came,
Yeah.
and I
Well,
felt great.
And you know what, too? And just cut me off if we have to go. For far too long, I think Marlins fans felt like at the deadline, players would be traded away and they wouldn't get fair value in return. I think that's fair to say. It felt like that for far too long. I think the one thing Peter's done an incredible job at is, number one, like finding the Otto Lopez and the waiver claims and the Lake Bakkers and developing these guys, turning them into real major leaguers. And then on top of that, having value in them, valuing them in a certain way where you can call me at the deadline, but we're gonna if we're gonna do a deal, it's not going to be for 3 minor leaguers. And if it is, they better be really good. You better be willing to get a little uncomfortable here because you're not just taking my guys. And I hope Marlins fans do appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you have to after this trade deadline. Oh, you're muted, CC.
My bad. Jeffrey Yan from the Mets, the dancing pitcher. How is that handled? Because I was watching some stuff, and they said he's going to stop dancing once Juan Soto or Lindor gets hit in the ribs.
Yeah, that's not going to end.
That's a wild story. He was a Marlin a couple of years ago. He just never debuted. He was in our system for three and a half years. He pitched in AA and AAA. And
was he doing that down there?
Oh, yeah. Go just Google Jeffrey Yan, AA Pensacola. I mean, his tip. He had to get clearance from the FAA to land some of those hops he did. I mean, his vertical is off the charts. I don't know how it's like. If he's pitching well and somebody takes him deep, particularly if it's like a Latin player with a little flair, like you just got to be able to eat it. He knows that. I saw his interview post game last night. He acknowledged, like, I'm going to be me, and I understand when I make a mistake, I'm not in a position to get upset with anybody because I'm He's testing his vertical jump on the mound. I mean, with what he's doing, it's quite the scene.
Who was that catcher? You're in Atlanta. Who was that catcher for the Braves that always was the enforcer of the unwritten rules of baseball?
McCann, right?
Brian McCann and Chris Johnson, who ironically turned out to be a Marlin, but many Marlins fans will remember Jose's home run when he was rounding third, when Jose spit on the bag at third. Johnson was barking at him, and then McCann confronted him when he hit the plate.
Yep. Yeah. Brian McCann would take a bat to that guy's head if he did those histrionics.
Now, there would be a death. Yeah. We'd have the corner here. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, you got we do have to go, but did you get a chance to go to the Varsity while you're in Atlanta?
No, I actually, I've never been there, but my favorite breakfast spot in all the Major League Baseball's here. No free ads, Buttermilk Kitchen in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, what do you get? Avocado toast?
I usually get the pimento omelet, but pimento cheese, it's very savory, but it just sits there for a while. What they offer, though, is the homemade buttermilk biscuit. I get the side of the sausage and gravy.
Oh.
It's to die for. Buttermilk Kitchen. There's 2 locations in America. I swear to God, I'm not sponsored by these people, but I think
Pimento omelet. It's a little shout out to Augusta, which is
Right.
a few miles away. He's got
And
the
Augusta,
pimento
Georgia.
cheese.
I was once again declined for my. I put in for tickets every year.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm such a loser.
It's a tradition unlike any other. I get the email saying that I didn't get tickets again.
Yeah, you're right. That freaking email. It is a tradition. Like, whatever, man.
That email should start with "Hello, friend." A tradition unlike any other.
With a personalized message from Jim Nance. This is your consolation prize. You get a hello, friends.
Hello,
you
friend.
will not be here this season.
Once again, you are not going to join us for a tradition unlike any other.
But Seeloff, you got to know somebody. I mean, you're in every ballpark. You're around athletes all the time. You're on TV. You've got great hair now as well.
His hair looks so good, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, you're growing it out. I've noticed that on TV, man. You're looking good.
Thank you for watching. I know nobody. I know nobody, so I'm a nobody. But I do know, God willing, in 2 hours and 12 minutes, they're going to let me put that headset on and rock and roll, boys.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, have a
So
good
if that
broadcast.
ain't a good enough tease to join me at 7, I don't know what is.
Marlins.tv, or if you're on the DirecTV stream like me, it's in the 600s somewhere. I don't know the exact number. It just comes right up on the bar.
Thanks for he doesn't even know the channel number.
Because the logo comes up. The Marlins logo comes up. I find it very easy to watch the broadcasts. I think it's I think you get the smart TV. It pretty much does all the work for you.
We appreciate you watching. I hope it's all right to watch.
Watch them tonight. Hopefully the Marlins can get one here in Atlanta. Kyle Seeloff, watch them tonight. Thanks, Kyle.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right, 5 o'clock hour is coming up. You know I'm a huge believer in Atlantic Men's Clinic. I'm getting older, not feeling like myself, getting tired more easily, and it's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. Guys, low testosterone is something men younger and younger are experiencing. So if your game isn't what it used to be, you've got less energy and less drive, you don't feel like yourself, you deserve to feel your best. And at Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you lose weight, have more energy, improve your sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. If you're like the many men who are low T, within just a few weeks of treatment, you are going to absolutely notice a difference. Brain fog's going to go away. Your energy's going to return. Your sleep's going to improve. Your workouts are going to improve, and your sex drive will come back. So don't ignore the signs. Call them. Take that first step towards feeling better. Phone number is 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Who was that batted in those 2 runs, Jimmy?
No idea.
All right. Who's up after Sonoha?
No clue.
All right. It's our baseball guy. I don't want to excite everyone, but we are 3 hours away from NFL football. What are you snacking on?
I had to throw out a Starburst.
Where'd you throw it out? In your mouth?
No, in the garbage. I just put it in. I was chewing it up, and then we came back. I had to spit it out.
Who would throw out like starting to chew a Starburst? Why wouldn't you just wait 30 seconds before you speak and
I'm professional.
and enjoy the Starburst? Also, why do you have to snack on a Starburst at 5:03 in the afternoon? Hey, grow up already. They're eating Starbursts.
I just marinated my steak for the night, and I saw a Starburst sitting on the counter, and I was like, "This is destiny. This is mine." One of the kids left it.
I mean, the only time an adult should be having a Starburst is after Halloween, and the kid comes home with a bucket of candy. I don't think like you're in your 40s. No one in their 40s, no adult in their 40s should be buying Starburst.
Well, I go out to tell Chan to go, go run, go condition. And then
you ate a Starburst?
But I look over on the island in the middle of the kitchen, and there's a single, and it's a red Starburst. It's not the yellow or the orange. It's a red one.
That's good one.
That's destiny for me to eat this Starburst.
Jimmy, you're in your 40s. When's the last time you went to a store and bought a pack of Starbursts?
I say about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Wrong
My
person
man
to ask.
Jimbo.
Solana, when's the last time you bought a pack of Starbursts?
I can't. I probably haven't had a Starburst in 15 years.
There's better gummy candies too. Like if you're gonna have a gummy candy, like
Sour Patch
Kids, those the orange slices, the little peach rings, those trolley peach rings.
Yeah.
If y'all want to wait, I can run in my bedroom and show you all the candy I have in my drawer. It's whatever sugar's there is up for grabs.
That's embarrassing too, though.
I have gummy bears, lemon heads right now. I have red hots. Yeah. Oh, I got the gumballs. That's the inside out blow pops where the crunchies inside the gumball. Have you ever had those?
No.
It's like a blow pop, but the hard candy is on the inside of a gumball on the outside. Delicious.
I'm not a believer in the mixing of gum with other items.
Huh?
They have the ice cream that's got the little gum bits in it. And by the time you're done with the ice cream, you've got a wad of gum in your mouth.
The screwball.
I love it.
The screwball is just one piece of gum at the bottom.
Yeah.
But there used to be, I don't know if they still make it, like an ice cream flavor that had little bits of gum. Mm-hmm. And then as you ate it, it would accumulate in your mouth. You remember this?
Oh, I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And then all of a sudden you'd have a big chaw of gum by the time you finish the ice cream cone. But
chewy sweet tarts, the big ones that you have to break in half. Oh my goodness.
I'm more okay with that than the mixing of the gum with other candies. Hey, what are you? Are you a lollipop or are you gum? Are you ice cream or are you gum? I get to the bottom of an ice cream cone. I got to worry about a gumball. What am I doing here?
What are you worried about it for?
It's almost like somebody got something wrong at the plant, at the factory.
You're crazy.
All right, let's do. We're less than 3 hours away from pro football tonight. Let's do headlines for the 5 o'clock hour, brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
I love this in ESPN today. It was a list. I believe it was like Bill Barnwell who put this together. But future Hall of Famers for all 32 NFL teams ahead of the season.
So current roster players or just
current rostered players, and he kind of categorized each team with players who are in. So to give you an example, Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers in. Josh Allen with the Bills, he writes in. Then there's on the cusp, so players who might be near retirement but have a really good shot at making the Hall of Fame. There was another one that said keep it up. So a player like Jamar Chase, You keep being Jamar Chase for the next 5-6 seasons, you're in the Hall of Fame. And then there was a category, work to do. The only player listed.
Can I guess?
For the Miami Dolphins was listed under work to do. And go ahead, guess who is the only player on this list that they have listed for the Dolphins as a future Hall of Famer?
I will say Jacob Rodriguez.
Two-way. Hey, Jan.
Tutu Atwell is no. I'm joking. It is Devon Achane with work to do. Work to do.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I love Devon, but Hall of Fame.
I like him too. He's our offense, but I mean, to make it to the Hall of Fame, who was telling us that they have him listed as number 11 in Madden this season? Like, that's not Hall of Fame status.
He would have to have 8 more years of seasons to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Carson Beck tonight, gentlemen. Are you excited, Hawk? Watching
I am.
Beck?
I really am. I really am. I'm rooting for him. I don't want to see him go out there and bleep the bed. I really would like to see him have a good game. I just, as a Hurricanes fan.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see if he's really that good. Because it was always a question.
Pub. There's some pub coming out of camp that he's got some skills.
I mean, the tape has been fun, and I'm ready to crown anybody who exceeds expectations in camp. So I'm all in on Carson Beck being the starter of this team towards the end of the year.
He has one good series tonight. I will bet him for offensive rookie of the season.
Don't do that.
I mean,
I'm not going to get carried away tonight just on the Hall of Fame game, but based on what I see in the first series is going to determine a lot of my futures bets.
I'm taking the bet.
I mean, it's going to be tough, obviously, to take the mantle from Jacoby Brissett, but Carson, we're rooting for you, man. We really are. All right. The Miami Marlins will play
Somebody
tonight.
texts in, not to interrupt. Somebody texts in, Starburst is not a gummy candy. What is it then?
Ooh, waxy?
Ooh, waxy candy.
No, it's a hard candy.
Chewy.
It's a hard candy.
No, it's not a hard candy. It's the opposite of a hard candy.
Oh, it's a hard candy because when you first put them in your mouth, they're hard. You have to kind of make them a little moist before they get soft.
But is a piece of gum a hard candy because you have to chew it to make it soft?
You can't compare a piece of gum
to a
Starburst.
hard candy is a root beer barrel.
Yeah.
Or as we used to call them when I was a kid, we'd go to my grandma's house and she would go, "Would you like a hard candy?" It was just that was the name, hard candy.
Like a Starlight Mint.
Yes. Yeah. Or a butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
Jolly Rancher. You're right.
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher is definitely harder than a Starburst.
Yeah. What about a Spree?
It's a Spree? That's a hard candy. It is a hard candy.
Yeah. Isn't that a Skittle?
No.
You've never eaten a Spree?
I've never had it. We talked about this.
You
when you kept
are not
it up.
missing anything. It is such a garbage candy. It is truly. I think what happened one day is some candy factory ran out of sugar, and they said, "Well, just package these things up anyway. Kids won't know." And they're just sour, but like not sour fun, just like sour, bitter nothings. They're terrible.
Other side of it, it's a disc of sugar coated in a sour and sweet shell of different flavors.
Woo! Agree to disagree.
The Marlins do play tonight, gentlemen. That'll be 7:15 p.m. in Atlanta. And, of course, Inter Miami did win yesterday. They took down San Luis 4-2 with a brace from Lionel Messi. Your weather in South Florida right now, and a lot of that cloudage still happening in Miami.
Jimmy told us that cloudage is actually a word.
Of course it is.
It is a word.
Of course it is.
AI says Spree is a classic, round, sweet and tart, fruit-flavored candy. Features brightly colored hard candy shell over a compressed, crumbly dextrose core.
Oh, I love me some dextrose.
Yeah, enjoy that dextrose in your nightstand.
Oh, man, I love it.
Your weather, again, cloudage, is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Protect your home before the next storm. Get your free roof and window estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
All right, Gino Toretta. We're going to talk some college football with Gino in the next segment. On Hard Rock Bet, everyone's invited to this party, and your name is on the list. Sign up with Hard Rock Bet today and bet $5 on anything. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. So you got that winning bet, and you got an extra $150 to bet with. That's how you get the party started. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Training camp is underway. There's a game tonight. I mean, football season is right around the corner. But you don't have to wait until kickoff to start betting on football. Head over to the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Lock in some futures. Who wins it all? Who's going to be the MVP? If you're more into the college game, who's going to win the Natty or go to the Natty? If you've got a crystal ball, now's the time to use it on the Hard Rock Bet app. Baseball is heating up. We talked plenty of baseball last hour. This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest betting odds in Florida, introducing the 10-cent summer sale. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you want to call it. They're cutting their cut on winners, spreads, and over-under pregame baseball bets. So it's the same bets, you're just getting better odds. So all August long, enjoy the 10-cent summer sale on Hard Rock Bet, valid for money line, spread, and over-under pregame markets with odds between minus 250 and plus 250. And in soccer, Miami played yesterday. Perhaps you're interested in their next match. They continue their quest for another trophy Saturday against Monterrey. So if you want to get in on the action, you can bet that on the Hard Rock Bet app. And if you've got friends, refer them to Hard Rock Bet. You'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's up to $50 for you and up to $50 for them. Bet together, win together, get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. It all starts with you downloading the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My metabolic age is 15.
Yeah, well, your metabolic IQ is 15 as well.